What I have here is a brand new Epic Bait mold. Not just any Epic Bait mold. It's a Epic Bait mold and Marling baits collaboration. He's up to it again, folks. Bringing us more new crazy lures. I hear it's an open pour as well, which I'm pretty excited about. I don't even know what it is. Thank you card. Awesome. Let's see, the time is exactly 6:10 on Friday night, which means in just about 14 hours, this mold's going to be available for you to purchase at epicbaitmolds.com. And being 6 o'clock, that means we have roughly about, I don't know, 2.5 hours of sunlight left. You know what that means. Oh, what the heck? What's going on, all my fellow bait chuckers out there? My name is Michael. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for clicking on the video today. That's right, we have brand new bait to launch today, and you know exactly what that means. It means that this video is a complete disaster before it even started. I had planned to do this whole like one-day concept, but you know, I was talking with my producer and he didn't really like the idea too much. He just felt it was too much like copying what Marling does over on his channel. So we thought, well, maybe we'll do something a little bit different. We have here the 3.9-inch Epic Mullet open mullet. The heck is a mullet? Mullet fish? Is that it? Is mullet fish a thing? Okay, mullet fish. All right, 3.9-inch Epic Mullet open pour. That's what we're pouring today. So, talking to my producer, we thought, why don't we do a nice little video right now to help launch these molds? And tomorrow morning, which is Saturday when these molds launch, we'll go out and fish it and we'll live stream it from the boat, which means while you're watching this video right now, I'm out on the boat. I'm already on the water fishing this right now, hopefully catching fish. So make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit that bell for notifications, and take a look. I might be live right now, you never know. But we're gonna be out fishing this live. Make sure to stick around and look for that on the channel. But for right now, we got some open pours to play with. Let's get busy. All right, every time you get a mold from Epic Bait Molds, you know Amanda's going to take care of you in the package. You're always going to get your personalized thank you note. You're going to get some Epic Bait Mold stickers. And if you ordered a Marling Baits collab, you're going to get yourself a Marling Baits sticker. Make sure you put it right side up. Don't make the same mistake I did. And your molds are going to come packed and taped accordingly. And you can see there is no damage whatsoever because Amanda always does an amazing job. Shout out to Amanda. She's packing all your molds by hand, everybody. So make sure you send her a nice little thank you for making sure your molds get to your house safely. There it is, the 3.9-inch Epic Mullet. You get. Wait, what? The heck is this? Oh, look at that. That's how we should be looking at it. Okay, it's an headless, upside down, open pour mullet, but you can see it's smoothed off right there because the tail goes up and over. We have got ourselves an open pour bridge. All right. Look at that. Okay, this is okay, we're gonna have to learn how to pour this. This is gonna be interesting. Would you just look at that detail though? Look at that phenomenal machining by Jason over at Epic Bait Molds. Such intricate detail. The scaling on that. Whew. Whew. 3.9-inch headless Epic Mullet. All right, let's get the other one open. That mirror finish, by the way, unbelievable. 3.9 Epic Mullet with an open pour bridge. Is that Is that even called a bridge? I know there's got to be a technical term. The comment section will correct me, I'm sure. Got to make sure the hot plate's on. We don't need it that hot. We're going to drop it off to 115 degrees Celsius. This is where we like to hot pour for our specific hot plate. Every hot plate's going to be different, but definitely need to make sure we got some heat when we're pouring these molds. Okay, so what we got ready right out of the gate is some of this green to orange changeable. This is from a video I just finished filming, so that's going to be coming out next. So pretty cool color. Don't really have a name necessarily for it yet, but we got some of this left over. It's already heated up, ready to go. So let's just dump this in first and get an idea of what this body shape looks like, and then we can take a crack at a multi-layer pour. Maybe we'll get crazy with some skin pours. You never know. I don't even know how to pour this. I guess will it come up through the other side? I guess you got to fill in both sides like that. Okay, let's try it from this angle. Incredibly messy. Oh, air bubble pop. Okay, that was horrible. I'm ashamed of that. Okay. And we are ready for our first demold ever of the 3.9-inch Epic Mullet. Just went ahead and pinched everything off here around the edges. Just take your thumb and pinch off all that excess. You can see there was a little bit of shrinkage here. That happens when it cools off and gets cold. So it's alright. Let's demold this. Let's see what this looks like. Which side's it going to come off on? Alright, and there it is. Look at that, the mullet body. I like that. Upward facing tail. The nice thing about these upward facing tails is they flap even at slow speeds. This is going to be really good on a jig head, on a top spin. I already have a couple ideas of how to rig this. Look. Wow, look at that detail in the tail. Okay, I already see right here, air bubble in the fin. Something to watch out for. We probably poured it in a little too fast. That's okay. It'll still fish. It will still fish. Look at that. Not bad. I like this color too. This green to orange changeable. When you hold it up to the light, it turns like a bright glowy orange. But it's also got that green hue to it where the body gets thick. Oh yeah, this is gonna look real good. There we go, look at that. Oh, that tail detail, look at that. It's like a curved paddle tail also. Very cool. Okay, so we got some fresh pasta salt ready to go. Gonna go with some marine blue. We have to pour the back color first because this is an upside down mold. Kind of like a little blue back shad, you know what I mean? So I'm not really following any, particular formula per se. Definitely want some more in there. So we're just having fun. Gonna make a nice blue back there. Look at that. I really like where that's going. Maybe a little more blue in there. This is the Marine Blue by MF. Oh yeah, very cool. Nice dark blue there. And I did want to throw in some new powder I got. It says blue neon. I hope we don't goof it up by adding this in. But blue neon powder here. It's not new per se, but it's new to me. So we're just going to put a little bit of that in there. The jig head that I have in mind for this has a little bit of some deep blue sparkle in it, and this looked like it would really work good inside of a blue bait. So let's see. Oh yeah, and I think this is getting us exactly what we were looking for. You see that action going there? That kind of blue swirly whirly. Yeah, I think I want a little bit more. I think this was just what the doctor ordered for this back color. I'm liking where this is going. This has a nice like dark black blue sheen to it. And now I'm just gonna add just a touch, just a touch of the .04 gold. Little blue and gold. Gotta support my local Golden State Warriors. So just a dash of the gold. Not a whole lot. Just a pinch to add a little bit of flavoring in there, you know? This is giving us a nice dark blue with just a freckle of gold in there. That's the .004, the 004, the super fine stuff. Looking real good. Okay, we are up to temperature. We are ready to go. And again, this is the back, so I guess we have to get more towards the center of the opening. Let's see here. I'm trying to film this and get over top of the mold at the same time to see. Okay, we'll see what that did. Okay, it's near impossible to see because I have horrible lighting in my shop. But basically what happened is I filled the cavity up halfway and then I let it kind of sink and flow to wherever it needed to go. So it looks like it put kind of a shell, a blue back, if you will, which is kind of what we were after. So next we're going to go with just a pearl. We're going to do a 2-color laminate to start, and then maybe if we got time we'll do a 3-color laminate and see where that gets us as well. Ready to build the bottom half of the colors, which is the top layer we're going to be pouring. So we're going with the iridescent pearl from MF. We'll just get some of that started in there. See where that gets us. I want to start with the iridescent pearl. I want to make sure it's pretty thick. And then I have some color shift we're going to add in there. I'm going to need a little bit more than that, I think. Really want this to be a nice solid pearl. Looking good. Maybe a little bit more. There we go. That's a nice, thick, iridescent pearl. Now, I do want to add, for a little bit of texture, just a tiny bit of the .008 silver hex. Maybe a little more. Again, that's just going to give us a little bit of texture in there. So breaking up that iridescent pearl just a little bit, going to give it some of that sparkle, and that silver in down here is going to help offset some of that gold that's up above in the blue. And speaking of the gold, we're going to add in just a dash of the gold green pearl and get just a little bit of color shift going, and I mean just a pinch. Oh yeah, there we go. That's going to give us that kind of pinkish green goldish hue when the light passes through that pearl, so it's not just a solid white. That silver definitely helps to break some of that up. This is going to make for a nice bottom color for sure. Alright, the mold's nice and hot, so let's see what we can get out of this here. It's going to pour right in the center. Nice and slow. Just trying to let it flow. Alright, looks like we do have to drop a little bit in the tail. Oh, too much. Feels like we can go a little more in the body here too. It takes some time to settle out, that's for sure. I almost thought we over poured the front. Okay, on this round I'm going to pour the back tail first. And then we'll start up here. Alright, there we go. Next step is to crank this up to temperature, and then we're going to let this bake for about 10 minutes, and then we'll come back for a demolding. Okay, here we go. We are ready for the next demolding. Let's see how these blueback shad patterns turned out. Oh yeah! That's what I'm talking about. Look at that. Oh yeah. Look at that. Oh, all of that detail. Beautiful. That's going to look so awesome floating through the water. What I really like about this is the fact that because you pour it upside down, so the top color runs up the tail as opposed to, you know, getting your bottom color, having it droop down the tail. So you kind of get this stripe that goes up the tail. That's pretty awesome. I kind of dig that. No bubbles that round. All right, that one looked pretty good. Alright, there we go. I gotta be honest, I kind of like this one better with the top color ending just at the start of the tail before it goes up. I think that's a nice little touch there. I think that's the way to pour it right there. Alright, let's get crazy. Should we try and pour a bloodline too? There's plenty of room. Alright. Alright, here we go. Next round. Alright, we're coming back in with our blue, and there's a top dorsal fin in there, and I think the best place to pour is right in front of that top dorsal fin. So we're going to go in and lay our back color. There we go. I think that looks good. I went about halfway up the fin line. Alright, it looks like we're about the same on both. Perfect. So now we're going to come back in, remelt some of this bright green orange mixture we got going on. That's going to be our bloodline, and it does bleed a little bit. And then we're going to pour our pearl bellies, and that should look really good. Alright, here we go. We're coming in pretty piping hot with our bloodline color, but that's okay. We want it nice and thin so it will spread out nice and thin. Here we go. There we go. We'll just let that flow outwards there. We can go all the way up to the front because the bait does end behind the head. It is a headless bait. Alright. We have got our bloodline poured. Next up is to reheat the pearl, and let's get the pearl belly going. Okay, we got our pearl all heated up. Time to finish off this belly and the tail. Here we go. Trying to go nice and slow and let everything just flow where it needs to. Definitely feel like we need a little bit more because we're getting a lot of shrinkage. Okay, let's get the tail. Slight overpour on the tail, that's okay. I'm okay with that. Oops. I think this is where the beaker would come in handy. Okay, there we go. Now we're going to bake this, and that's going to help settle a lot of this overpour out. You can already see that the overflow we had here has settled back down in both the bodies. That tells me it's flowed down and underneath that crevasse there. And then here in the tail, slight fill up, overflow. I don't think we'll have any bubbles. I watched it slowly fill up because I could see the chamber back there slowly fill up. So I think we're good. We're going to bake it for 10 minutes at 350 degrees, and then we'll be ready to demold. Okay, we're all cooled off. Are you as excited as I am? 3.9 inch Epic Mullet with that changeable vein in there. All right, let's see. Oh, look at that. Woo! Look at that. It's like a beautiful sunset shad or something. Oh, that's thumbnail right there. Okay, we're gonna set that aside. That's potential thumbnail. Oh. Oh. Yeah. Look at that. Huh? If this doesn't catch a fish, yeah. Oh, what a beautiful, beautiful bait. Wow. Gorgeous. Look at that detail. That tail is just gonna kick back there. Alright, let's get these rigged up. I got a couple ideas on how to rig these up, and let's see if we can't get some test tank footage too, huh? These little baits look awesome, or what? Pretty sweet if you ask me. I think these look really good. I got another batch back here baking right now, so we have a couple more. And before we go real quick, I want to show you a few ways to rig this up. Now, the first way to rig up the Epic Mullet is on your standard swim jig. This right here is a Dirty Jigs Matt Allen swim jig. You can see this has a real big stout gaff of a hook, but it's nice. That head fits on there perfectly. It's the perfect size to pair up with this bait. That hook comes through, and we have plenty of gap here to hook onto a fish. Now, using this in the test tank, I can see it's a very kind of subtle tail kick back there. Now, I can't get a whole lot of speed with the swim baits inside of the test tank, so on the water will really be the ultimate test. But you can see it definitely has a horizontal back and forth slow sweeping kick, which is really nice. Dragging it across the bottom works as well. The fish maintains its position upright pretty well, and that tail just flaps around back there. So even if you want to slow roll this across the bottom, I think this will do really, really well. Speaking of situations where you want to slow roll it across the bottom and you need to have just a little bit more flash, I recommend rigging up the First Gen Fishing top spin. The top spin is really cool. It's a swim jig head, but as opposed to an underspin, which you would normally find, it has a titanium wire and a spinner that floats above the bait. Perfect for baits like this where it's a flat bottom bait. We're going to be dragging this low in the water column or across the bottom, and while you're dragging it across the bottom, this blade is floating above, spinning around, causing some extra flash. That way you can keep bottom contact constantly with the bait and still get that little bit of flash that you need. First gen fishing, top spin, great jig head. I've had some decent success with it here at the Delta because, well, it was designed by tournament fishermen here on the Delta. So really good baits there. And again, dragging it through the test tank, slow wavy kick of that tail back there. I love it. I think this should do really well in the Delta tomorrow. So there you have it, the 3.9-inch Epic Mullet bait, a really awesome little swim bait with a really cool open pore design here. Awesome stuff. Marling, I think you did it again. I think we got a home run here. This is a pretty sweet bait. If you want to know where to pick up these molds, you can head over to epicbaitmolds.com. I'm going to leave links down below in the description. Don't forget, if you add 3 or more molds to your cart, you get that 10% discount. That's automatic. It works all the time, all year round. And if you want to know how to get this tackle, don't worry. I'm going to leave links to all the tackle down below in the description as well. Don't forget to check out that description. Well, like I said earlier in the video, make sure you're liked, subscribed, and you got that bell notification because once this video's up, we're going to be on the water fishing. I just got word from Eric. He's going to be joining me as well, so it's going to be a great day on the water tomorrow. I'm super stoked to get out there, catch some fish on the Epic Mullet. Let's see how it does. We'll see you live. Until next time, you all know who it is. Your friend on this end, Michael, out here around these Delta sloughs, reminding you to keep on chucking. I'll get back with you.